One thrilling combination of real food that you make. One taste and suddenly processed food will not do. You know you'll never be happy with additives and goo. So 2 days ago, I took you to the store and told you the foods that we needed to eliminate in a 7-step process. So I hope you understand that that doesn't mean I want you to eliminate all 7 in one day. If you have a huge problem with drinking soda pop, then that's where I want you to start. If you don't hardly ever drink it, then go to the second one. So eliminate it, but go to the second one. So we're going to talk about each step and what we replace each step with. So our beverage of choice is water. We purify our water. We have well water. It's really good water. And we've tested it. We probably don't have to purify it, but we do. So our beverage of choice is water. We drink water all the time. That's our beverage of choice. Some other things that we've found that are okay. This is coconut water. You really have to look at it. Make sure it doesn't have extra natural juices added. This is coconut water, 100%. So you have to really read your labels on it. Coconut water. This is milk, and if you can see, I don't know if you can, there's a cream line across here. This is not raw milk, although we have used a lot of raw milk in the past and would love to again, but this is slow pasteurized so that it still has the enzymes in it so you can digest it, so you're not lactate, you don't need lactate in order to drink milk. And then we drink kefir. I've been told that this is one of the best brands because they have so many good things in it. We just drink small little glasses for breakfast. These are the beverages that we drink. We, once in a while, will have pomegranate juice or 100% grape juice, 100% cherry juice in very small glasses, not even a full juice glass, because they're a good antioxidant and they're good for you, but they also have sugar in them, natural sugar. So you just want to make sure that your amounts are a small amount. So that is what we do instead of soda. We get rid of the soda and we replace it with this, but we do not replace it with lots of fruit juices either. Number 2 was to steer away from fast food places. In order to do this, you have to make some preparations, meaning you have to have eaten before you go, or you have to get home before you eat again, or you take snacks or meals with you. You have to prepare. Otherwise, you can steer right into those places. Now, once in a while, we have to go to a fast food place, but there are certain items you can get on their menus and certain items you can't. And you'll be surprised what you shouldn't use. Even some of their salads are really big in bad things. So we have a place here in Oregon that has grass-fed beef that we are able to go and get a burger there, and we can get it wrapped in lettuce with all of the vegetables that we want to, and that's the extent of our fast food that we get. Number 3 was to eliminate all of those oils that were bad for you, and this is what we're going to replace them with. Olive oil, coconut oil. This is another kind of coconut oil. I just wanted to show you in case you didn't know it existed. This is actually from Trader Joe's, and it comes in little packets. So when I go to work, if I need to cook something there in their kitchen, I can take my own oil, because guess what? They use margarine there at the nursing home. Not very smart, are they? And then this is Kerrygold. It is grass-fed, from grass-fed cows, and it's butter. And I believe I told you in the store, this is what you want to work up to, something like this, or making your own butter with your own cows and your own source of milk. But until then, if you can only afford something else, then just get a different type of butter that you can get that will be healthier than using the oils and margarine. Do not use margarine. Use nothing as to use margarine. Number 4 is to eliminate white sugar and all of those other sugars. I'm going to combine it with 5, which is also to get rid of your artificial sweeteners. So these are some of the sweeteners that we use. It's a raw, unfiltered honey. Local is what you want, because if you eat the honey regularly in the area that you live in, then that helps with your allergies. This is maple syrup, and it's B grade. You want that one is less refined than the A grade. They tout, oh, get A grade, but you want the B grade. And then we use coconut sugar. There are some other sugars, turbino, I believe, something like that, that you can use. But the key to it is to really cut down your sugar. So I mentioned it in the store that in order to make my oatmeal cookies that I make, I cut the recipe down to a 1/4 cup to a 1/3 cup of sugar, period. It calls for white sugar and brown sugar, and I just put 1, I can't remember if it's a 1/3 or a 1/4. And I didn't do that to begin with. I cut it in half and then cut it in half again so that your taste can go down to it. Then I fill my cookies full of natural coconut and nuts and sometimes dark chocolate, a good dark chocolate, and then sometimes raisins. Raisins are full of sugar, so be careful on putting those in there. And when you fill in all those other items, you don't miss your sugar. One of the things that I found when I do make those cookies, and I just use Quaker Oats cookie recipe, but I add all the other stuff in, is it works really well if you'll just put it in a 9x13 pan and cut it up like brownies. It works great like that. Step number 6, we're eliminating refined grains. So what I have here is wheat, and this is our wheat meal. And you remember when I was by the cereal aisle and I held up that you couldn't have cream of wheat and malt-o-meal, and I love those. Depending on how fine you set your stone, you can make your own cereal with this. And so you're just grinding it and using it. You don't want to make it way up in advance because it gets rancid as it sits and is made. And so you just grind it and use it. This is kamut, popcorn, beans. This is steel oats, and I haven't got those in containers yet. Millet, quinoa, and remember I said don't buy things in packages. Some things you do. This is quinoa. The ingredient is organic white quinoa. So I took it from here and poured it into here. And this was cornmeal. So there's so many different kinds of grains. Experiment with them, learn about them. If you have a gluten intolerance, many grains don't have the gluten in it, so find out what works for you. And what you want to do is realize it's a carbohydrate, and so you want to go easy on it. And just a word about the quinoa. Quinoa is the only grain that is gives 100% of all of your essential amino acids that you need for your protein. It's the only one. So we use it a lot. Anyway, make use of doing things yourself. Don't be afraid to make your own bread. We found a source for bread that we like, but we also make our own. So experiment, learn, and take baby steps with it. Number 7 was to not buy things in cans and bags and bottles as much as you can. Cans and bags anyway. So this is real food. Real banana, real apple, real Brussels sprouts, real cabbage, real carrots, real radishes, real leek, real potato, real garlic, real eggs from our chickens. And you will be so surprised how quickly you can prepare meals from real food. It's just an amazing piece of information that I learned about, and I've learned how to do it, and I'm excited to continue to show you how to do it. So now that we've learned all about real food, I would like to end with a song that I have made up. So here we go. One singular sensation every little step you take. One thrilling combination of real food that you make. One taste and suddenly processed food will not do. You know you'll never be happy with additives and goo. One moment in your tummy and you will forget the rest. For real food is second best to none. Fun! Real food, give me your attention. Eggs, meat, veggies we must mention. Real is the one. I have one thing I need to do as a follow-up to what we were doing the other day when we were taking our plastics and replacing them with stainless steel and glass. We are still going to use stainless steel and glass. However, I've done a lot more research on the Rubbermaids, and they used to make them with is it BMP? BPA in it. Now they don't. And so the way you can tell is they have websites that show you which ones, but on the bottom there's a little triangle, and if you're really careful and hold it up to the light, you can read the number 5 on the bottom. If it has a number 5 on the bottom, it is BPA free. Some of the other ones that I pulled out that weren't Rubbermaid have a 1 or a 6 or a 7. Those are not BPA free. So we get to keep these Rubbermaids and use them because they are BPA free. So look at your plastics and see before you toss them out whether there's something that's been changed or not. Thought I better add that as a responsible YouTuber.